So you asked me to bring 3. I brought 7.
Let's get it.
Let's just go through them, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So you showed that Albert Pujols, that kind of that first groundbreaking Albert Pujols. So I want to show one of his final ones that he's going to have, at least as an active player.
Yeah.
Which is the 2022 Topps update, super short print with the man, as you say, not playing the field but rather pitching. I pulled this myself, which I've never done before.
Wow.
So or since. So it was pretty exciting to pull this and see the little code on the back with my readers, because as you say, once you're over a certain age, you can't see it anymore. So my readers showed me that the code was, in fact, an SSP.
No, that card is awesome. I mean,
so yeah, it's a nice one to get. As we were talking about earlier, this is, the last card issued of him in a flagship set as an active player. So it's pretty special to pull that out of a blaster, no less.
Yeah.
So gotta love it.
For anyone paying attention, what you're looking at right now is Pujols' first SSP and probably his last real SSP as an active player. Well, that's kind of a cool combination right there.
Yeah. Nice. I didn't know we were going to show that, so that was a pretty cool bookend.
Yeah.
Not slabs, because I know we're blabbing about slabbing, but
that's okay. We can blab about raw.
Okay, next.
It's going to be slab at some point.
All right, I got one more raw and a couple more slabs. So I'm just going to throw this out here just to show. This was way more exciting a year ago when I first got it, but all is not lost.
Yeah.
The 2022 Topps Wander Franco Series 1 super short prints. I got a 9. I mean, what are you going to do? Looks pretty good to me. But
I love 2 things about that card. Well, 3 things. One, it's super rare. The image is cool. Like, he obviously just slid. Like, it's a dirty shot.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2022, Topps did a great job keeping the Gold Cup on, like, all of Wander's cards.
Yeah, exactly. And his short print, his standard card and his short print are really underwhelming images. This one's pretty cool. So, happy to have it in the collection.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just real quick, I want to throw this. We were talking earlier today about keepers on your fantasy baseball team. Here's who I'm nominating for you.
Oh yeah,
Hunter Green.
Oh yeah.
Very excited about this guy. I'm not a Reds fan, obviously. I'm a Phillies fan, but I mean, this kid had a sick term down the stretch last year.
Yes,
he touched 100 miles an hour 39 times in one game, which I think is a major league record, and insane strikeout pitcher. So if you're looking to lead your league in strikeouts this year, this is one of the guys you want. And
yes,
that's Tommy John.
I just want to say. Cards of Ignorance, yes, that's a lot of Gold Cups across, like, 70 sets that Topps made, and Wander Franco, just those Gold Cups keep coming.
And a lot of positive comments about the throwback Devil Rays unis, too. That's a great shot.
Remember when they were the Devil Rays.
All right, so I talked about that Hunter Green for just a split second. What is is that the update SSP?
Yes, it is.
What's the gem pop on that? Are those low?
I think it's 17.
Oh, that's pretty low. That's pretty low.
17. I like his short print better. I like the image on the short print better, but that extra S, it's
that's like
all the allure.
I like it.
All right, so now a couple more here.
Yeah.
Just a classic, Chris. I know you're very into these close-ups. I'm not sure if you got all of them.
Oh yeah.
But
a big guy.
The Yordan is. This guy
himself here a little bit.
There we go.
That kind of gets my heart going. I'm not gonna lie.
What's the pop on these? About 30 in gem?
37.
37. Well, here's 2 of them. 35 more out there, guys and girls.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're a Clerks fan, that's a sort of a real deep dive reference to the number 30.
Exactly. Okay. Now, here are the 2 you've been excited to see. Right here is the absolutely phenomenal Austin Riley super short print 2019 Topps update. Now, it's funny you mentioned the cheese grater. This thing is overgraded. I don't know how it got a 10. You can see the top line has got a little bit of a...
Yeah, it sure does.
A little Vlad Guerrero.
exactly. But I guess those SGC people are just so happy to have one of these sent their way. They're like, we're gonna give that a 10, right?
That's hard.
Yeah,
I gotta say, when I hamstrings, I look a lot more like Blooper than I do Austin Riley. I'm not gonna, but
Austin Riley had two really great image variations in this set, right? I mean, his flagship card is just whatever, him batting, but the short print of him leaping in the air, phenomenal.
Yep.
And then this thing, I mean, it's just so much fun.
Yes, that's a fantastic card. I missed my chance to buy that one cheap. I do regret it, but you know.
Yeah, we got from Panama in the chat. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching from Panama.
International Rookie Central brings them all out.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, is it my buddy Francisco? I'm having a hard time saying Francisco Chang.
Yeah, it's hard to do two things at once.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
All right. So my last super short print, and Chris, do I have permission to show the 2012 Chrome that's hiding next to me?
Yeah, that's fine. But as long as I get to see that Guerrero Ultra, like you can show anything you want after that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, what a shot.
There it is. Hey Francisco, good to see you. This card, so it's funny, I didn't even realize this was the USS whatever P at the time I bought it. I just thought it was a really cool card, right? And they were available back when this came out, 2021. There was like 7 or 8 of them on eBay.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I paid a couple $100 for it, and I was just like, that's cool. And only later did I realize it was a ultra short print, and I guess they quickly went out of supply. I guess there's probably one or a handful out there, but I probably told you at the time that I had plans on getting it signed by both of them, but now I'm not going to let it out of my sight. So maybe if I'm at a show where both of them are at, I would love to get it signed. But
yeah,
it's just
that card is. That's one of those things too, kind of like the Freeman Ultra that I have. Like when stuff gets broken a lot right away, those cards pop up. But when the breakers are done, it's gone. Like there's no one's opening that stuff anymore. Yeah. I don't think there's any of those. That card is so cool.
It's a prime PC card for anyone collecting either of the Guerrero family players. So it's I'm thrilled to have it. And had I realized how rare it was, I may have bought 2 at the time they came out.
I think, and this goes against what we talk about a lot in terms of buying things right when a product comes out. Usually you want to wait till the price goes down, but with these ultra rare SPs, sometimes, like Chris said, the first ones that you see are because everybody's breaking it at the same time. They're all coming out, and then you might not see them again. So that was great that you even picked up one. I remember when more of those were out, and it did look like a great card, but I never had an idea it would be that.
Yeah, no, me either. So again, it's one of those things. Sometimes you just gotta grab it when you see it. Yeah, you may not realize you may never see it again, and then just because, just because.
Look at that,
man.
Yeah,
that card gets me excited every time I see it in every possible way.
I was hoping for some quasi-sexual comment from you, because I know that happens. But
we're back on IG, so I feel like I can be a little bit more. I can let the guard. I was trying to be all polite and adult on YouTube, but I feel like they still sensed it. So maybe that's why. That.
Any idea on the pop of the ultras?
Oh yeah, for that Guerrero, so my understanding, people talking about it to me, I got like 3,000 for the SP, 300 for the SSP, and the ultras. People were like, maybe it's just another 10, so it's 30. That was the number that I heard bantered around. I don't know. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not. I know it's quite low. I thought it was maybe 50, but yeah, no, probably less than that, right?
What's the pop? I don't think there's any gems on that Guerrero. I want to say there's like 3 9s, and that might be it. Have you looked it up recently?
I have not. I've never considered sending it in, because again, I just don't want anything to happen to it.
Yep.
It's just one of those things. It's like, just keep it, let it out for air every once in a while, like tonight. But it makes me happy, as a father. not a great baseball playing father, but just a father in general. Like just to see, you know, the joy on the father's face and the son's face. It's just a special card. And I think Aoife's pitch pointed out that this is the greatest Father's Day card of all time, and he's absolutely right. So it's a pretty special one. So I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to share it with everyone here. Yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna spare you the Alec Boehm super short prints and all that other stuff I got, and maybe we do Alec Boehm night. But I'll just leave it on this until I get booted off here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, EK Malley says there are none of those graded at PSA. And that almost can't be right. I feel like there's got to be at least one, but I'm going to trust the man that knows his SSPs.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us. I love looking at that card. Maybe they could have cropped it a little bit higher, but otherwise, like, that thing is pretty great.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I'll throw this card up in my story tonight so you can get a closer look at it. I think I posted it a while back, but anyway. Hey guys, thanks so much for having me on. It's been a blast, and I'd love to do it again if you'll have me.
Yeah, through our technical difficulties, we appreciate it. And when we do get YouTube Live figured out, you will be the first guest.
Yes.
We'll make it.
Beautiful. We'll do vintage that night, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey,
all right, fellas.
All right.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay, so this is going a little bit smoother.
A little bit smoother, I
Perhaps
guess.
a little bit more gentle. Man, that Guerrero card is fantastic. It gets me like excited. You just never see that card.
Yeah.
Man.
Awesome card.
So again, if you guys don't follow Rookie Central, feel free. Based on his numbers, I think you probably all do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what do we got next?
So our next guest, we have a particular good connection with this guy. He hooked us up with those two Trouts that we talked about a couple weeks ago. His name is Cards and Crypto. And we're going to try this. So, buddy, if you are watching, if you want to request to join, that might be – actually, no, never mind. I'll just find it. Hold on.
All right, while Chris is doing that, we got an update on the Vlads.
Yes.
6 graded, 4 PSA 9, and no 10s.
I was right about the 9s. That makes me feel a little bit better. Uh-oh. Not seeing him on here. To join.
Maybe he didn't make the move over.
That is possible.
Rookie Central, thank you. Yeah, it looks like our screen is frozen in place. We are trying to get a hold of.
Yeah, give us a second here. Yeah, I think maybe it freezes when we are. Hold on. Gotta just come a little bit closer. Sorry, it's not HD, so everyone's eyes should be okay. Let's see if this is gonna. See if I can find him in here.
Okay, so
give me a second.
do we want to?
Well, let's hold on. Just shoot him a message on IG. Cards and Crypto.
All right.
All right. While Jeff is doing that, I will just take a brief moment. We talked about with Wander how cool it is that all of his cards kept that cup. Conversely, Lewis Robert in 2021, for whatever reason, best 10 seconds of your day, buddy. God, you're probably not wrong, which I guess is kind of sad. But in 2021, this Lewis Robert SSP, which I feel like the image is not like super special, but they took the cup off. And I don't know why. Maybe Topps saves like a few seconds by doing this. I'm not sure. I don't know. But what we might have to do is, God, I have his phone number, but it's on my phone. And I can't really access my phone.
Maybe we should have.
Yeah. Should we just jump ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. EK Malley. I'm not saying your name right. It's Malley. EK Malley? Malley? I'm pretty sure you're in there. Aoife's pitch Wander is definitely playing for the Dominican Republic team. I think he's playing second base though. I could be wrong on that. Oh, he was in there, I think. All right. Okay, so we're gonna jump ahead. We're going to EK Malley 82. I think this is going to work. Oh, I see something happening.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Thank you for following us over here.
No problem. Yeah, it's Mallet, so it's just a play on my last name with my birth year. So that's where the
Mallet, like
UK Malley comes in. So
all right.
But anyway, I was talking with Chris earlier, and the question was kind of what my first SSP was. I think anybody that followed me early on, my page looked drastically different than what it does now. But I guess short prints is something I've been drawn to. So these are actually 2 basketball cards, kind of where I got started. They're super short prints. One of the few cards that I still have left basketball-wise, kind of cashed out on them during the pandemic.
That's probably based on.
But this, do what?
I said that's probably smart based on some of the prices we saw.
Yeah, basketball's so volatile. The prices were insane. But you got the 2017 LeBron blank slate. It's a pop 6. And then I've got the 2019 blank slate. It's a pop 1, BGS 10. So that's kind of where I got into the super short prints, more so on the basketball side than the baseball side. But I kind of started out basketball or baseball, went to basketball, back to baseball with my kids, kind of a mutual interest there. And so, for me, it's having come over from the basketball side was trying to find value. And I think there's good value in the baseball card market. And for me, easier to relate to some of the players. 2 hours from Atlanta, so be able to catch the Braves.
Yep.
So baseball-wise, first SPs were probably Mike Trout. Had a huge collection at one point, sold a lot of it, but did hold on to the 2019 Stadium Club selfie.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a pop 8.
There's so many awards on that card.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an amazing card with Mookie and Judge. That's not one you see come up in PSA 10. I don't know the last PSA 10 sale, honestly.
I think your light just
do what?
Your light just went out.
Yeah. Everybody's going to bed. So it's almost 10 o'clock here, Alabama time. So y'all are behind us.
Yeah.
And then the 2018 short print Trout. Probably my favorite horizontal.
Yeah.
Let me turn the light back on.
Yeah. Sorry.
Kind of my favorite horizontal card. I'm getting some glare, but
yeah, you have to just figure out an angle. Like, it's hard. It's just a little trial. Yeah.
But definitely one of my favorite horizontals. And then I know opening day was kind of referenced. That's kind of my wheelhouse right now. Kind of really digging into. The first opening day SP I picked up was the Buster Posey horizontal. Just a cool shot of him, out of the batter's box. I think the only card that rivals that is just the base SSP out of 2016 Topps that somebody else posted here recently as well. Just a super cool card.
Yeah, that angle is great. You see the stands in the background. Like, that thing is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then thankfully to EFIS pointing me to this one in the group that we're in. Snagged this one pretty quick. Thought it was a fair price. But to me, the holy grail of Topps opening day.
Oh, yeah.
The Mike Trout.
Yep.
I think the last 2 PSA 10s, I don't know if one got shield bid. I think it landed over $5,100. And then the second one, I think, hovered around $2,600. So,
you show that one more time? Yeah.
Just a sick card.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, low angle.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think the only thing that probably, kind of compares to that, I know is one that you like, is the 2017 Harper.
I was just going to say, like, there's some similar glute angles that we're seeing there.
Yeah, so.
You have 2 gems of that card. I cannot, man, I can't.
Yeah, and ironically, I picked up the first one in March of last year. It's the first time I'd ever seen it, and I hit buy it now pretty quick. Just had never seen it. Low pop card. Only 4 of them, so here you got 2 of them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If anybody else got the other 2, let me know. I'll buy them.
Yeah, I haven't, but yeah, it's cool when you have a substantial percentage of a population. Like, you gotta love that. Someone just asked. I want to say. Someone asked what year that Trout is. Was it 15 or 16? 15?
The opening day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2015.
15. Okay. Man, yeah.
And I mean, I've got PSA 10s that look worse than this 9. So, not willing to crack it though.
Yeah.
So.
Cracking it's a leap of sort of faith.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, probably a little bit of insanity
definitely.
that goes along.
kind of stick with the Trout thing here for a minute.
Yeah, please take us through it. What else?
2016
yeah.
bat point.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at the pop report for this one earlier. Pop 11, only 2 true gems, so this is one of them. The other one had a 10 subgrade, I think, on surface. I actually had one before, sold it, regretted it. This one popped up back in November on PWCC, and I didn't care what I was going to pay. I was going to get it. I wasn't losing it. And I think it may have been Cards and Crypto or Cardboard Showcase that was going after it too. So I was glad when they bowed out.
Yeah, there's probably a little group of us that are frequently kind of bidding against ourselves.
Probably so.
That's another.
And matter of fact, and I don't know if you ever put in a bid on that Machado tonight, but yeah, there was another member of the group bidding on that. So
Crap! I got distracted by our YouTube debacle, and it didn't happen. Why is that frozen?
yeah, and then another one out of 2016, I love Yachty.
Oh yeah.
I didn't look up the pop report on this. I think it's maybe 1 or 2. Not many of these either. True Gem Plus. So I'd love to take this one in the Trout and cross it over, but just not willing to crack them. So,
I hear you. And the 2016s, like those seem to like a year of SSPs that are definitely like lower printed. Like some of those update cards I've like literally never seen. Do you have any of the update SSPs?
I've got one I'll show here in a minute.
Okay.
But I mean, I think, y'all kind of touched on it. I mean, the pop reports for these have just exploded. Even, I mean, there were very few SSPs in 2019. I think there was only about 3 or 4. But then you look at the pop report for 2020 in comparison to 2018, and I mean, it's just drastically higher. So, the print run just, have exploded from there.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Did what?
I said, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So, and I think that's where, for me, is just narrowing the focus and staying where I'm comfortable. And, I think 2020 and before is kind of the chase for me as far as SSPs, just based off the pop reports and probably print runs.
Yeah.
Another one's 2017, another horizontal.
Yeah.
Trout.
Yeah.
I think the pop report on this surprisingly is a 10.
Yeah. Can you push that a little bit closer and kind of tilt it up? Yeah. There you go. That card is so cool. Like all the teammates coming out, I'm sure he just did something absurd.
Oh yeah.
Cool card.
This one's not horrible, but I mean the 2016 and 2017s are just tough with the yellow or with the red and blue backs.
Yeah.
The edges, the corners. It's just they're tough grades. Tough. Another favorite out of 2017 is the Kershaw. Not the best picture.
Yeah, with the sunglasses. Yeah, he's got some really good, like, candid, kind of off the field SSPs.
Yeah.
Like blowing bubbles, like playing with his teammates, or messing around. There's some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to have the 2016 that got posted on Instagram recently, but that's a pop one. I don't see it for sale anytime soon. So, but pretty cool. You don't see him with a bat too often.
No. I got to answer a question, so hold on one second. Great cards. No. Long answer. Long story short, no. We can't.
Yes, you can't. You cannot see the cards not reversed. Unfortunately, that was one of the benefits of doing YouTube Live, which we tried, and that was unsuccessful. So maybe when we get our stuff figured out, we can have you back on. And
yeah, currently our screen can be flipped, but a lot of the guests cannot, which is kind of a pain. But so just imagine Trout as a lefty, and anyway.
And then probably my favorite set, I guess kind of on a crazy chase to get the 2018 SSPs. I think there's about 50 total.
Mm-hmm.
But 2018 Kershaw.
Yep.
Probably one of my favorite. I mean, just, they described it as laughing, but, you just see the emotion on his face and the joy. I mean, you can really connect with him as a player on the mound. Just a cool shot of him.
Yeah.
And then the other, go ahead.
20s are really, really great. Mm-hmm. It's a tough set to finish if that's your goal. Like those are really hard to find.
Yeah. I've had one that helped me out a lot, but they are tough. And then when you do find them, I mean, you're talking 6 years later. The condition of them is pretty brutal in some instances. Yeah. And then the other one that kind of rivals the Kershaw as far as the emotion of the card is the Arenado. So just got my second one back this week or last week. Bought both of these raw too, so just super cool card.
Yes, are they both 10s?
Yes.
Ooh, what percentage of the population is that?
It's a pop 4, so got 2 of them.
All right.
And I think Ben's actually got one of them too.
Yeah.
Um,
So 2018, do you have this Devers? This is like one of my all-time favorite cards.
no, that one kind of got outside the price range before I got on to 2018. So that and Albies. I know there's two of them. There's one of each posted on eBay right now. But the price is coming down, so if it keeps coming, may go after it. And then Rookie Central showed this one, but the PSA 10.
Yeah.
Just love this card.
Yes.
You know, enjoyed getting to go to Atlanta this last year, watch a couple games of him play. Obviously, to me, I think besides Acuna, probably the face of the franchise for the Braves. Really enjoy this one. And then he mentioned this one. Here's the SP.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good to see you plumbing it with some of the SPs as well.
Yeah.
You know, debasing yourself with the short prints that aren't as fancy as the super short prints.
Yeah.
I love Blooper, by the way. One of my favorite. There's a video on YouTube as a Braves fan. I'm sure you've seen it. Where like someone's following him behind the center field wall, like waiting for that last out, and as soon as it's recorded, he just takes off like a bullet, like as fast as you can run in that absurd costume into center field, and he does a pretty good job.
I hadn't seen that. I think between Blooper and the Philly Fanatic, I think there's two of the cooler mascots.
Yeah.
I actually graded the Fanatic out of 2019 opening day here recently. It's a Pop 1 PSA 10. It was just super cool. Grading's cheap. Throw it in there.
Someone was. Do you have that nearby? Can you grab the Fanatic one?
It's downstairs.
Oh, okay.
I can shoot you a picture later.
Okay. Yeah, the Harper in 2019 of him with the Fanatic. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
I've not one that looks like it isn't jagged and bent and.
Yeah, there was actually one on eBay within the last couple days. Wound up selling for $600.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think it's the only SSP of Harper I don't have. I've got the 2018 in a True Gem, but yeah, the 2019 it's a pretty cool card. I passed on it when I picked up the Stadium View, but between the two cards, I'll take the Stadium View all day.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely the better image.
And then probably out of 2020, my two favorite, you got the Harper.
Yeah.
There
he is.
And then the Acuna. So, pop report on the Acuna is like 23, 24. So that's really shot up recently. And the Harper's at 6 or 7. So
I love
drastically different.
That like bandana thing is like it's the Fanatic space, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Something I like to pair all three cards together, the base with the SP and the SSP. The base card actually has him with the headband on it. And then the SP is where he's getting the Gatorade bath. It doesn't have it. Would have been cool to have it on all three, but
all three, yeah, that would have been.
It is what it is. And then a more recent pickup, I actually reached out to you, Chris, for just some advice. Haven't really dived into these a whole lot, but it's the 2014 Topps Chrome Miguel Cabrera High Five.
Look at that.
That card is so cool. All those Detroit logos, like the picture really, that's such a great shot. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Pop 1. And then there's two True Gems graded by Beckett. Looking at the dates on them, those two were graded in 2017 and 2019. So I guess this very well could have been a crossover recently based on the serial number, but who knows? But obviously just still a Pop 1. Pretty cool card.
So I got to ask, is that your first, like, dipping your toe into the Topps Chrome SSP?
Yes,
world?
very first one.
All right.
So, I mean, I can remember passing on the 2014. I think it was $200-300. I think PSA Collector picked it up probably about a year or two ago, and I passed on it. So hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I think those are going to be the next thing that people. I know Ethan Spitch and I, like, we talk about these all the time. Like, you just don't ever see them. So yeah, I didn't even see that one. There was like a word missing in the listing or something to that Guerrero that you bought because I didn't even know it was on eBay.
Yeah, and I think it had been out there for a little while. I think it was listed at a crazy price, and I still paid a lot for it, but nowhere near what the listing was.
No, I can. Well, I think.
And then, I mean, just aside from SSPs, I mean, short prints. You know, I think Ephus has talked about it. Just cards and how it relates to the pop report. So I mean, you got 2013 Harper, the catching. So here's 3 of them.
Oh my God.
It's a Pop 26. So I mean, talking about less than $100 a piece.
Yeah, that's a great buy all day.
I'll buy these all day long. And same thing. I just picked up one from another member of the group on this one. It's the 2016 gray jersey. I actually got here's 4 of them. But you're talking about like
you were perfect to have on the show because when this show's over, my wife is going to be like, "All right, well, at least you're not as bad as that guy."
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy the same card over and over and over. It doesn't matter to me. I think this is a pop 26, less than $50.
Yeah.
So, you can't beat that. I mean, if it's a Trout, what are you talking? $200-300. So, and then probably my favorite right now. I don't have it with me. I mentioned it to you earlier, Chris. Is the 2019 Topps opening day Harper. I honestly didn't realize how rare it was. Only one's been graded by PSA.
Wow.
One. That's it.
Wow.
And you got, I think there's 17 PSA 10 Trouts. And there's 23 or 24 total that have been graded out of that. So huge disparity between the Trout and the Harper.
Yeah, that's weird. So we have questions for you coming up rapid fire. One is, where do you store all these? Do you have a room that your kids are not allowed in?
Yeah, they stay away from them. They know to stay away. They're old enough they don't mess with them.
Request to see the image on the Harper card, the one you had 3 of. We didn't get a good view of with the glove where he's
the 2013 catching.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think there were too many of them. And there it is.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's such a card. I feel like Topps heard it by taking the gold cup off of it.
Yeah,
that's such a great shot.
And there's a sunglass variation also. I haven't found one of those in a PSA 10 recently to pick that up.
Yeah.
I've
the same 2 versions, right? Like jumping against the wall and then sunglasses as well in a 2013.
Yeah, and then I think Trout's got 3 different versions. He's got the catching, the sunglasses, and then the signing autographs variation. So just relatively cheap Harper pickups. I mean, just a lot of value. One of my other favorites is the 2018 Topps Chrome Refractor in the dugout. I don't have it with me. I think it's like a pop 35. I've got 8 of them. So it's like $50 pickups. I mean,
yeah.
And I'll keep buying them. It's just a cool card.
Yeah.
But
now that you've dipped your toe into that 2014 Topps Chrome SSP class, you're gonna really that's a rabbit hole. 14, 13, and 12 are some crazy cards that you almost never see.
You don't. I was actually looking through completed listings, trying to get some Buster Posey comps the other day, and I actually sent Ben the picture of the Chrome that you showed off. I saw where it was complete, and I sent it to him asking him if he was able to snag it, and he didn't. So we figured it went pretty quick.
Yeah, it was. I want to say it was like a holiday weekend a couple weeks ago. It was like a Friday night, and I happened to, we'll call it stomach distress. So I was up kind of late in the bathroom, and that thing just, one of my saved searches pinged. I just saw it, and bang, for $99, I'll grab that.
Yeah, you can't beat it. You don't see them. It's not something I'll go after a whole lot. I mean, I still like just paper tops. I don't know, just the nostalgia of it. So kind of, I think that's where I just stay in my own niche and try not to get caught up in what everybody else is doing.
Yes, that is like the hardest thing to do in this hobby. It is really, it is so much easier said than actually done. But congrats to you for staying in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, those are beautiful. And speaking about pop too, I mean, that's something that Chris and I have been talking about. And for anybody that's watched us, we've been trying to pick up some of the black parallels because it's a similar thing. I mean, you've got a limited number that are out there. So the early Bets and Harpers, the blacks.
And the early Cabreras, early Pujols.
You can get them relatively cheap, but they're ones that you're not going to see a whole lot of.
Yeah, there are not a ton of those copies floating around.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the 2023, I mean, there's a Harper Black, I think SGC 9 for like $60.
Yeah.
On eBay. So that's not a rabbit hole I've gone down, but they are cool cards. And then like y'all, I mean, I've not touched 2023 at all.
Yeah, no.
Not yet.
So I want to know your feel as someone who enjoys SSPs as much, if not possibly more than we do. What are your thoughts on this Golden Mirror SSP situation?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I mean, the good thing is, I mean, PSA is slapping them where they just say SSP and not Golden Mirror. So, I mean, I think that's a good thing, but I just think for me. I don't like the overall design too much. Love some of the photography.
Yes.
But just the overall design, I just don't care for it. And I think the pop reports are going to be through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wonder what the print run is
Mhm.
SSPs for this year.
I mean,
Yeah. The number.
I think the opportunity for PSA 10s to pick them up a year or two from now is going to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah, it's taken all my intestinal fortitude to not just grab a Michael Harris. Like it's hard to not do it, but I've been able to not do it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a cool card, but I mean, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
I think Ephus talks about that. That it's going to be there.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
agreed.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All
dude.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thanks for coming on here. And we had a lot of comments about cards that you've been showing that people have never seen
Yeah.
or only heard about. So we really appreciate you bringing them on here to show us.
Yeah. Pretty much everything you showed, someone was like, "I've never seen that card before. I've never seen that card before." So I think that's a great compliment.
Yeah, it's fun. I appreciate y'all inviting me.
Yeah. No. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. Just before you go, show me the Trout pointing the bat one more time from 2016.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the PSA 10, there was a PSA 10 I think we were all watching back, January. I mean, that ended up at $3,600. And I kept the completed listing, which I don't think the feedback on the buyers changed, but I think it was listed through like DC Sports. And I mean, typically if something's shill bid and not paid, it's going to be relisted. The card's never been relisted.
No, that was
Yeah.
paid
So-
for probably.
So I'm kind of curious if it's been paid for. Kind of gives me the inclination that it has. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's a raw. I think there's a raw sitting up for like $1,000 right now. I think.
yeah,
But I don't think it's clean. But man, that's
yeah, it's a cool
Yeah.
card. I mean, this one's super clean. I think it would cross over, but I may mail it in the slab it's in and hope for it. But I picked this up on PWCC back in November. I mean, the thing that hurts with PWCC is the 20% buyer's premium.
Yeah.
So it took me to right under $1,000 on this card. But you don't see it. And the one I had, I sold pre-pandemic, I think for like $750, and it wasn't a true gem. So, $200 more, it was worth it. You're not going to see them again for a while.
especially if 10 is doing over 3. I think you did really well.
Agree. I was happy with that, especially if it went through.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
No problem. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, braving Alabama time. Appreciate it.